A domestic scene by Felicia Hemans. 'Twas early day, and sunlight streamed soft through a quiet room, that hushed but not forsaken seemed, still but with naught but gloom. For where, secure and happy age, whose hope is from above, a father communed with a page of heaven's recorded love. Pure through the beam, and meekly bright on his grey holy hair, and touched the book with tenderest light, as if its shrine were ware. But oh, the Patriots expect shone with something lovelier far, a radiance of a spirit's own, got not from the sun or star. Some word of life e'en then had met his calm benignant eye, some ancient promise breathing yet of immortality, some heart's deep language with a glow of quenchless faith survives, for every feature said, I know that my Redeemer lives. And silent stood his children by, hushing their very breath, before the solemn sanctity of thoughts or sweeping death. Silent, yet did not each young breast with love and reverence melt, or blessed be those fair girls, and blessed that home where God is felt. A Monarch's Deathbed by Felicia Hemans. A monarch on his deathbed lay, that censer waft perfume, and soft lamps pour the silver ray through his proud chamber's gloom. He lay upon a greensward bed, beneath the darkening sky, a lone tree waving o'er his head, a swift stream rolling by. Had even fallen as warriors fall, where spear strikes fire with spear? Was there banner for his pole, a buckler for his bier? Not so, nor cloven shields, nor helms had strewn the bloody sod, where he, the helpless lord of realms, yielded his soul to God. Were there not friends with words of cheer, and princely vessels nigh, and priests the crucifix to rear before the gazing eye? A peasant girl that royal head upon her bosom laid, and shrinking not of woman's dread, the ways of death surveyed. Alone she sat, from hill and wood, red sunk the mournful sun. Fast gushed the fount of noble blood, treason its worst had done. For long hair she vainly pressed the bones to staunch that height. Unknown, on that meek humble breast, Imperial Albert died. A Parting Song by Felicia Hemans. When will you think of me, my friends? Will you think of me? The last red light of farewell of day from the rock and the river is passing away, and we have with deepening hushes fraught, my heart grows burdened with tender thought, then let it be. And will you think of me, kind friends? Will you think of me? And rose of rich midsummer time is filled with the hues of its glorious prime, and the giver its bloom as in bright hours flit, and walks where my footsteps no more may tread, then let it be. Will you think of me, sweet friends, when will you think of me? And the sudden tears overflow your eyes, the sound of some olden melody, when you hear the voice of a mountain stream, we give you the charm of a poet's dream, then let it be. Thus let my memory be with you, friends, thus ever think of me, kindly and gentle, but as of one for whom it is well to be fled and gone, as of a bird from a chain unbound, as of a wanderer whose home is found, so let it be. Addressed to Music by Felicia Hemans. On thou, whose soft bewitching lyre can lull the sting of pain to rest, on thou, whose warbling notes inspire the pensive muse of visions blest, sweet music, that the melting airs ends my joys and soothe my cares. Is there enchantment in thy voice, a dulcet harp, thy moving measure, that the mournful mind rejoice, raise a thy form of pleasure? Yes, heavenly maid, a charm is wine, a magic art, a spell divine. Sweet music, in thy notes we hear simply remembrance of the bring of friends beloved no longer near, and they sit flew on rapture's wing. Hours of delight that long are past, and dreams of joy too bright to last. And oft 'tis thine the soul to fire of glorious animating flame, but veilers noble suns aspire, with immortal wrath of fame, mine too with soft expressive tones, the pity, tender pity owns. Harmony, celestial power, was siren of the melting soul, and sorrow's reign and pleasure's o'er, my heart shall own thy blessed control, and ever let thy moving airs enhance my joys and soothe my cares. Addressed to Thought by Felicia Hemans. Although the musing, wakeful power, that laughs the silent midnight hour, but only wheedles when to keep, and banish for the angel, sleep with all his lovely train. Come, pensive thought, that we all rove the forest wild, sequestered grove, or twilight plain. The lone recluse and hermit silver we on nymph delights to dwell, forsakes the world and all its charms, forsaken with stern pleasure's arms, in peaceful shades to rest. And oft the fee entranced may hear celestial voices warbling near of spirits blessed. Then slow declines the rosy day, evening smiles of parting ray, and twilight spreads the magic hues, the moonbeams tremble with use, we mind the rove retired. The fey bower or dimpled stream, to muse of fee some heavenly theme, or make it inspired. The swine on eagle wings to soar, unknown in 7 realms explore. Below the deeps, above the sky, beyond the starry orbs on high. Can aught restrain thy flight, to pierce the veil of future time, and rise, and fancy's car sublime the realms of light? At midnight to the guilty breast, thou comest, a feared, appalling guest. While lightnings flash and thunders roll, accusing conscience wakes the soul, and bids each fear increase. And while benignant slumber flies with awful voice, and whisper cries, farewell to peace. But outread power, how sweet the rain, the virtue's mild and hallowed train. The storm around may wildly rave, a winter swell, a mountain wave, yet soft and calm repose. The minds unruffled and serene, and guardian selves watch unseen, their eyes to close. An hour of romance by Felicia Hemans. There the thicker leaves above me and around, and low sweet sighs like those of childhood sleep, amidst the dimness, and the fitful sound as of soft showers on water, dark and deep lay the oak shadows over turf, though still there seemed but pictured glooms. A hidden will made music, such as haunts us in a dream, under the fern tufts, and a tender gleam of soft green light, as by the glow-worm shed, came purling through woven beech moss down, and stepped the magic page when I read of royal chivalry and old renown, a tale of Palestine. Meanwhile the bee swept past me with the tone of summer hours, and rosy bugle wafting thoughts of flowers, blue skies and ember sunshine, brightly free on filmy wings of purple dragonfly, glancing like a fairy travelling by. And the sweet voice of sorrow told the dell where sat the lone wood pigeon. But the long, odd sense of these things faded, as a spell breathing from that high gorgeous tale grew strong on my chained soul. 'Twas not the leaves I heard of Syrian wind the lion banner stirred through its proud floating folds. 'Twas not the brook singing in secret through its grassy glen. A rightful trumpet of a Saracen pealed from the desert's lonely heart, and shocked the burning air. Like clouds and winds are high, or glittering sands for steeds of air by, and tents rose up, and sudden lance and spear flashed their fountains diamond wavely clear, shadowed by graceful palm trees. And the shout of merry England's joys welled freely out, sent through an eastern heaven, whose glorious hue made shield-stuck mirrors to its depths of blue. And harps were there, I heard their sounding strings, as the waste echoed to the mirth of kings. The bright mask faded, and to life's one track, what called me from its flood of glory back, a voice of happy childhood, the past, banner and harp and pennant's trumpet blast. And might I scarce bewail the splendors gone, my heart so leapt to that sweet lover's tone. Brandenburgh Harvest Song by Felicia Hemans. The corn and golden light rests over the plain, the sacred gleams bright, full swells the grain. No scent we far round our harvest lay, alas, heavier sound comes over the day. On every breeze and near the hamlet's poor, we know its cost well, she is no more. A soft ice blue, over gifts of God, fall tears like dew. Bring flowers by Felicia Hemans. Bring flowers, young flowers, for the festal board, whereof a cup the wine is poured. Bring flowers, where springing wood and vale, a breath floats out on the sulphur gale. With a touch of a sunbeam hath waked the rose, like the whole the bright wine flows. Bring flowers to strewn the Conqueror's path, he hath shaken thrones with stormy wrath. He counts the spoils of a nation's back, and winds their crushed in his chariot's track. Turf looks red where he won the day, bring flowers to die in Conqueror's way. Bring flowers to the captive's lonely cell, they have tales of the joys of woods to tell, of free blue streams and the glowing sky, the bright world shut from his languid eye. And be him a thought of his sunny hours, and a dream of his youth, bring him flowers, wild flowers. Bring flowers, fresh flowers to the bride to her, and worn to blush in her shining hair. She's leaving the home for childhood's mirth, she hath bid her farewell to her father's hearth, a place is nowhere never sight. Bring flowers for the locks of the fair young bride. Bring flowers, pale flowers, of a bride who shed a crown for the brow of her early dead. Of his fruits the leaves of the white rose burst, her whist in the woods was a violet nursed. Of his smile and vein, the wood once was ours, their love's last gift, bring ye flowers, pale flowers. Bring flowers to the shrine where we kneel in prayer, where nature's offering the place where we speak of hope to the fainting heart, and the voice of promise we come and part. We sleep in dust through wintry hours, and we break forth in glory, bring flowers, bright flowers. Casabianca by Felicia Hemans. The boy stood on the burning deck, whence all but he had fled. The flame that lit the battle's wreck shone round him o'er the dead. Yet beautiful and bright he stood, as born to rule the storm, a creature of heroic blood, a proud or childlike form. The flames rolled on, he would not go without his father's word. But father faint in death below, his voice no longer heard. He called aloud, "Say, father, say, if yet my task is done." He knew not that the chieftain lay unconscious of his son. "Speak, father," once again he cried, "if I may yet be gone." But the blooming shots replied, and fast the flames rode on. Upon his brow he felt their breath, and in his waving hair, and looked from that lone post of death in still yet brave despair, and shouted but one more aloud, "My father, must I stay? While o'er him fast, for sail and shroud, raging fires made way. Wrapped the ship in splendor wild, the caught a flag on high, and streamed both gallant child like banners in the sky. There came a burst of thunder sound. The boy, oh, where was he? Ask of the winds that far around the fragments strewed the sea, with mast and helm and pennant fair, that well had borne their part. But the noblest thing which perished there was that young, faithful heart. Corinne at the capital, by Felicia Hemans. Daughter of the Italian heaven, thou to whom its fires are given, joyously thy car hath rolled with the conqueror's past of old. And the feastal sun that shone of 300 triumphs gone, make thy day of glory bright with a shower of golden light. Now thou treadst the scanning road, freedom's foot so proudly trod, while from tombs of heroes born, the dust of empire shone, flows upon the graceful head, triplets of all hues are shed, in a soft and rosy rain, touched with many a gem-like stain. Thou hast gained the summit now, music hails thee from below, music whose rich notes might stir ashes of a sepulchre, shaking the victorious notes of the bright air as it floats. Well, my woman's heart beat high unto that proud harmony. Now far it rolls, dies, and the voice is heard to rise, with low and lovely tone, its thrilling power alone. The lyre's deep silvery string, touched as by a breeze's swing, murmurs tremblingly at first, with a tide of rapture burst. All the spirit of thy sky now hath lit thy large dark eye, and thy cheek a flush hath caught when the joy of kindled thought. And the burning words of song, when the lip flow fast and strong, the rushing stream's delight and freedom of its might. Radiant daughter of the sun, the living wrath one, crown of Rome, or art thou not happy in that glorious lot? Happier, happier, far than thou, with laurel on the brow, she that makes the humblest earth lovely but one on earth. Design and Performance by Felicia Hemans. They float before my soul with their designs, which I put body forth to live in power, like clouds with wavering hues and lines portray majestic building, dome and tower, bright spire, and through the rainbow in the shower points to the unchanging stars, and I arcade, far sweeping to some glorious altar made for holy streets. Meanwhile the warning hour melts from me, the fervent dreams o'erwrought I sink, or friend, or linked of each high thought. Aid me of those rich visions to detain, all in my grasp, till thou seest fulfilled, which heaven's strength allow, my hope to build, for lowly hearts devote, but one enduring fame. Evening Prayer to Girls' School by Felicia Hemans. Hushed is the holy hour, the quiet room seems like a temple, where in soft lamps sheds a faint and steady radiance, with the gloom and with sweet stillness, down on fair young heads, o'er the clustering locks, touched by care, and bowed as flowers abode with night in prayer. Gaze on this lovely childhood's lip and cheek, mantling benefits earnest brow afford. Gaze yet, but ceased when it was fair, and meek and fragile things, as but for sunshine wrought. Or ceased what grief must nurture for the sky, what death must fashion for eternity. Or joyous creatures will sink to rest lightly, and those pure orisons are done, as birds with slumber's honeydew oppressed, midst the dim-folded leaves at set of sun, lift up your hearts, where yet no sorrow lies, the darkness summer heavens of those clear eyes. O fresh within your breasts the untroubled springs of hope make melody where you treat, and o'er your sleep bright shadows from wings of spirits visiting but youth be spread. Yet in those flute-like voices mingling low is woman's tenderness or sooner woe. Yet lot is on you, silent tears to weep, and patient smiles to wear for sufferings o'er, and summon's riches from affections deep, to poor and broken reads a wasted shore. to make idols and find in clay, to veil the worship wherefore pray. Our lot is on you to be found untired, watching the stars out with a bed of pain, for pale cheek and heated brow inspired, true heart of hope, the hope be vain. Milk to bear with wrong, to cheer decay and awe, to love through all things, wherefore pray. And take the thought of his calm whisper time, with slow murmuring sounds and silver light, through the dark days fading from the prime, as a sweet dew to keep your souls from blight. Earth will forsake, oh, happy to have given the unbroken heart's first fragrance unto heaven. Flight of a spirit by Felicia Hemans. Whither, oh, whither wilt thou wing thy way? What solemn region first upon thy sigh shall break, unveil the terror or delight? What host magnificent and dread array, my spirit, and a prison, house of clay after long strife is rent? Fond fruitless quest, the unfledged bird, the thinnest narrow nest, sees but a few green branches o'er him play, with the parting leaves, by fits revealed, a glimpse of summer sky, nor knows the field, when his dormant powers must yet be tried. Thou art that bird, what beyond thee lies, far in the untracked, immeasurable skies, knowing what whiz, and thou shalt find thy guide. Harvest Hymn by Felicia Hemans. No autumn strews on every plain, as when of fruits and fertile grain. Loving plenty, crowned with sheaves, with purple grapes and spreading leaves, in which profuse and pours around, have flowing treasures on the ground. Mark with great, the liberal hand, that scatters blessings over land. To the God of nature raise the grateful song, the hymn of praise. The infant corn and vernal hours, nurtured with his gentle showers, made the summer clouds diffuse, the balmy store of gentle dews. Mark the tender steam arise, ripened by the glowing skies, and now, matured as work behold, the cheering harvest waves in gold. To nature's God with joy raise the grateful song, the hymn of praise. And when it is echoed to the strains of blooming maids and village swains, to him that tune the lay sincere, whose bounty crowns the smiling year. The sounds from every woodland born, the sighing winds that bend the corn, the yellow fields around proclaim his mighty, everlasting name. To nature's God united raise the grateful song, the hymn of praise. He never smiled again, Felicia Hemans. The bark that held the prince went down, a sweeping waste rode on, and what was England's glorious crown to him that wept the sun? He lived, for life may long be born, a soul break its chain, or comes not death to both so mourn. He never smiled again. There stood proud forms around his throne, the stately and the brave, which could fill the place of one that one beneath the wave. Before him passed the young and fair, in pleasure's reckless train, but ceased o'er his son's bright hair, he never smiled again. He said the feastal boughs went round, heard the minstrels sing, he saw the Taunis victor crowned amidst the nightly ring. A murmur of restless deep was blent with heavy strain, a voice of winds that would not sleep. He never smiled again. Hearts in the time lost all the trace of those once fondly poured, and strangers took the kinsman's place at many a joyous board. Graves which true love had bathed with tears were left to heaven's bright rain. Fresh hopes were born for other years. He never smiled again. Hymn by Felicia Hemans. Although before his radiant shrine entranced a dawning zephyrs bent, eternal source of light divine, that woe thy hollowed ear incline, and mortal prayer attend? Yes, Father, yes, benignant power, around me beams their mercy's purest ray, no awful terrors around me lower, save when, in judgment's dreaded hour, of his creation tremble and obey. When wrapped in darkness and in clouds, that sullen veil their glory shrouds, chaos of night thy dark pavilion forms, the spirit on the whirlwind rides, impels the unresisting tides, glares in the lightning, and rushes in the storm. But woe wilt meet with suppliant eye, and thou wilt mark the lowly sigh, and thou the holy tear wilt see, which penitence devotes to thee, that sigh the breezes waft to heaven, that holy tears grateful incense given. Low humble said we are bent, O listen for the blessed abode, and vote celestial hymns askant, ordain mortal's prayer attend, my Father and my God. Teach me if hope, if joy be mine, to bless the bounteous hand divine, and still with trembling homage raise the grateful paean of exalted praise. When deep affection wounds my soul, still let me own thy mild control. Teach me submissive and resigned, to calm the tempest of a mind, to lift the meek adorning eye, suppress the tear and hush the sigh. Gaze on one bright, unclouded star, and hail the dayspring from afar, with angel faith dispel surrounding gloom, and soar and share bring beyond the tomb. Invocation by Felicia Hemans. Answer me, burning stars of night, where's the spirit gone that past the reach of human sight, as the breeze have flown? The stars answered me, "You all in light and power on high, but of a never-dying soul ask me which cannot die. O many-toned and chainless wind, wild or wanderer free, tell me if thou its place canst find, far over mound and sea." And the wind murmured in reply, "The blue deep I have crossed, and met its barks and billows high, but not what thou hast lost. Ye clouds that gorgeously repose around the setting sun, answer, have ye home for those whose earthly races run?" The bright clouds answered, "We depart to vanish from the sky. Ask what is deathless in the heart, and which cannot die. Speak then the voice of God within, thou for deep low tone. Answer me for life's restless din, there's a spirit flown." And the voice answered, "Be thou still, enough to know is given. Clouds, winds, and stars their part fulfill, thine is to trust in heaven." Invocation to the Faries with Felicia Hemans. Fays and fairies haste away, this is Harriet's holiday. Bring the lyre and bring the lute, bring the sweetly breathing flute. Refs of cowslips hither bring all the honours of a spring. Adorn the grot with all that's gay, fays and fairies haste away. Bring the wine to Bacchus dear, bring the purple lilac here. Festons of roses sweetest flower, the yellow primrose of a bower. Blue-eyed violets wet with dew, bring the clustering woodbine too. Bring in baskets made of rush, that shave with its ripened blush, the downy peach so soft so fair, the luscious grape, the mellow pear. These to Harriet hither bring, and sweetly in return she'll sing. Be the brilliant grotto scene, the palace of a fair queen. Form the sprightly circling dance, fairies here your steps advance. To the harps of dulcet sound let your footsteps are lightly bound, and while your forms to mortal eye let Harriet view your revelry. Lines to the memory of a very amiable young lady who died at the age of 18, by Felicia Hemans. At length departed saint, the pangs are o'er, and earthly suffering shall be mine no more. Like some young rosebud, blighted in its May, a virtue's bloomed to wither soon away. Around her grave let spring her offerings strew, her dropping lilies bathed in fragrant dew. Emblems of thee, thou sweet, lamented maid, thou spotless lily, doomed so soon to fade. Angelic sweetness, pity refined, within thy gentle bosom were enshrined. The heavenly mind displayed, in earthly youth, the fairest blossom of celestial truth. Oft, sweet girl, thy soothing tears would flow in sacred sympathy with others' woe. Yet patience taught thee to sustain thy own, suppress the sigh and hush the rising moan. Midst anguish, still to wear the placid mien, mild resignation smile in locks serene. You have watched beside the mournful bed, and raised with anxious care the languid head, gazed on the pallid cheek with faded eye, and heard the breathings of a parting sigh. You have mourned a sister's early doom, or bent in sorrow o'er a daughter's tomb. Or weep for woes who sadly now deplore the fate, the virtues of a maid no more. A poor can soothe a tender parent's grief, or bring with friends the sister's woes relief. Religion pure in the fable divine, angel of peace, that heavenly power as wine, those breathing glooms beam of joy may shroud. Still the rainbow brightens in the cloud, dispels the mist of error and of night, that fair prospects open on the sight. The blissful regions of eternal rest, the calm Elysian mansions of the blessed, whereto each pang, each earthly suffering hour, a gentle spirit soars to weep no more. Mourn not for me, the happy seraph cries, exulting low, I gain my native skies. A golden harp enraptured now I bear, a wreath of bright and fading palms I wear. Mourn not for me, escaped from every woe, I gaze with pity on the scenes below. And bless the hour, and freed from mortal clay, the spirit mounted to the realms of day. Or think on past the few eventful years of toil and sorrow and the wail of tears. When shall we meet, released from every pain? When shall we meet, never part again? Lines written in the memory of Elizabeth Smith, by Felicia Hemans. Of thou whose pure, exalted mind lives in this record fair and bright. Of thou whose blameless life combined soft female charms and grace refined with science and with light. Celestial maid, whose spirit stored beyond this veil of tears, whose clear, enlightened eye explored the law of years. Daughter of heaven, if year in year a wing of towering thought was wine, and from the dim and mundane sphere the truth illumined thy bright career with mournful star divine. How must the blessed ethereal soul look kindly in the noontide ray, pale unfettered by control the fount of day? Ye know perhaps the seraph eyes, undimmed by doubt nor veiled by fear, behold of chain of wonders arise, gaze on the noonbeam of skies, transcendent, pure and clear. Ye know the fair, the good, the true, the mortal sight concealed, bless in one blaze, by raptured view and light revealed. And feel the law of distant time, and learning's flowers were all thine own. How must the mind askant, sublime, matured in heaven's emperor climb, to light's unclouded throne? Perhaps, seeing her with kindling glance, each orb of living fire explores, darts her creation's wide expanse, admires, adores. Oh, if that lightning eye surveys this dark and sublunary plain, how must the wrath of human praise fade, wither, vanish in thy gaze, so dim, so pale, so vain? How like a faint and shadowy dream must quiver learning's brightest ray, while on thine eyes the lucid stream, the sun of glory pours his beam, perfection's day. Moonlight by Felicia Hemans. Come, gentle muse, now all is calm, we do dispense the air's balm. Unruffled is the glassy deep, while moonbeams o'er its bosom sleep. The gale of summer mildly blows, wave and soothing murmur flows. Unclouded vesper shines on high, and the flower has closed its tearful eye. Oh, at this hour, this blessed hour, soft music wake the magic power. We mind to hear the dulcet measure, the warbling strains would whisper pleasure. The heavenly airs of cadence dying, and harp to every fire sighing, and roving by the shadowy beam that gilds the fairy bower and woodland stream. But all is still, no mellow sound floats on the breeze of night around. Yet fancy with the merry spell can wake sweet echo from her cell, can charm a pensive votary's ear, the plaintive numbers melting near, and bid celestial spirits arise to pour the wild enchanted melodies. I love the rosy dawn of day when sapphire wakes the laughing May. I love the summer evening's close that lulls the mind in calm repose. But sweeter for the hour serene when softer colours paint the scene, and whisper sheds a dewy ray o'er the sleeping wave the moonbeams play. Mozart's Requiem by Felicia Hemans. A requiem, and for whom of beauty in its bloom, or they fall in a broken rose or sword, a dirge for king or chief, with pomp of stately grief, banner and talk and waving plum deplored. Not so, it's not so, the warning voice I know, of a world's a strange, mysterious tone, a solemn funeral air, it called me to prepare, my heart answered secretly my own. One more when, one more strain, and links of joy and pain, mighty the troubled spirit to enthrall, and let me breathe my dower of passion and of power, for into the deep lay the last of all. The last, and I must go from this bright world below, this realm of sunshine, ringing with sweet sound, must leave its festal skies with all the melodies that in my breast glad echoes found. Yet have I known too long, too restless and too strong, within this clay of being the all-mastering flame, swift force that came and went, like torrents o'er me sent, half shaking as I read my thrilling frame. Like perfumes on the wind, which none may stay or bind, the beautiful comes floating through my soul. I strive with yearning vain, the spirit to detain of the deep harmonies that past me roll. Wherefore disturbing dreams trouble the secret streams, and founts of music that overflow my breast. Something far more divine than may on earth be mine haunts my worn heart and will not let me rest. Shall I then fear the tone that breathes from worlds unknown? Surely these feverish aspirations where should grasp a full spirit in this unsettled fire, burn calmly, brightly in immortal air. One more when one more strain. To earthly joy and pain, a rich and deep and passionate farewell. I pour each fervent thought with fear, hope, trembling fraught, into the notes that o'er my dust shall swell. O thou breeze of spring by Felicia Hemans. O thou breeze of spring, gladding sea and shore, like a woods to sing, streams have felt the sighing of thy scanted wing, let each fount replying, hail thee breeze of spring once more. Our long buried flowers, passing, not in vain, odours and soft showers for us brought again, that the primrose greet we, and sends forth to meet we, wake my heart no more, no more. From a funeral urn, bowed in leafy gloom, even my soft return calls not song or bloom. Leave my spirit sleeping like that silent thing, stir the founts of weeping. There, O breeze of spring, no more. Ode to Cheerfulness by Felicia Hemans. Lovely nymph with eyes serene, simple smile and frolic mien, come with every step advancing, come with blooming heap dancing. Over meads I see thee straying, youth and spawn around thee playing. Gay content, thy sister fair twines a garland around my hair. Wine the lip of rose-eyed dye, wine the pleasure's sparkling eye, wine the cheek that softly glows, brighter than the blushing rose. Guide me to the fairer bowers, like the rural shrine the flowers. In the lowly southern cell, peace and virtue love to dwell. Ever let me own thy sway, still to thee my tribute pay. With sapphire waves of balmy wing to kiss the sweets of May, and with soft melodies of spring resound from heavy spray. Of thee, sweet maid, I rove along and read the morning dews. Lay the woodlark's early song to court the laughing muse. Of thee I rove when summer pours her treasures o'er a land, and fair Pomona sheds her stores of kind luxuriant hand. On autumn bearing golden sheaves delights the happy swain, and softly paints the fading leaves and crowns a fertile plain. And e'en in winter's hoary rain, a wig my festive lace, a look shall plumb thee in living strain, and brighten at the blaze. Or court thee in the vernal hours of life's enchanting morn, thy hand should strew my path of flowers and steal away the thorn. And when the dawn of youth is fled, the spring of life so fair, a wilver beam benignly shed the placid beams around my head, and see my thoughts from care. His gentle pour of a heavenly ray shall cheer my morning bright, and in life's declining day shall gild the dark and thorny way of my celestial light. On my mother's birthday, the Felicia Hemans, clad in all the brightest green, the stay-verdant fields are seen, where tuneful birds begin their lay to celebrate thy natal day. A breeze is still, the sea is calm, and the whole scene combines to charm. A flowers with wife is charming May, because it is thy natal day. The sky is blue, the day serene, only pleasure now is seen. The rose, the pink, the tulip gay, combine to bless thy natal day. Roman girl's song by Felicia Hemans. Rome, Rome, thou art no more as thou hast been. On the 7 hills of yore was sits the queen. The heads that triumphs when purpling the street, leaders and scepter men and bowed at their feet. They had the mental war as the gods were seen. Rome, Rome, thou art no more as thou hast been. Rome, thine imperial brow never shall rise. What hast thou left we know, thou hast thy skies. Blue, deeply blue they are, glorious bright, veiling the waste as the father of coloured light. Thou hast the sunset's glow, Rome, for thy dower, flashing towards the presbyteral temple and tower. And all sweet sounds are thine and lovely to hear, while neither tomb and shrine rests darkly clear. Many a solemn hymn by starlight sung sweeps through the arches dim the Requiem more. Many a flute's low swell on thy soft air lingers and laughs at well of summer wear. Thou hast the south's rich gift of sudden song, a charmed fountain as swift joyous and strong. Thou hast their forms that move with queenly treat, thou hast brought fanes above the mighty dead. Yet worse thy Tiber shore mournful mien, Rome, Rome, thou art no more as thou hast been. Sea Peace by Felicia Hemans. Sublime is thy prospect, the proud rolling ocean, and fancy waves thee with solemn delight. The mountainous billows are wild in commotion, and the tempest is roused by the spirits of night. And moonlight through winter clouds faintly appearing, and intervals gleam on the dark swelling wave, and marina dubious and hoping or fearing, they hear the stern genius of hurricanes rave. But now when thine anger has long been subsiding, and the tempest is folded with the might of its wing, or clears thy surface and loveliness gliding, for April has opened the portals of spring. Now soft on the bosom the Orient is beaming, and tremulous breezes are waving thy breast. On the mirror the clouds and the shadows are streaming, and morning glory the picture have dressed. Now gay with the balmy Fovenian is blowing, and cold caves are resting, the winds are asleep. And rich in the sunbeam yon pentons are glowing, who tinged with the colours of silvery deep. Its smile be dreadful for the still changing ocean, tremendous, lovely, restless still. A view for you adorned with hallowed emotion, a poet can hush or rouse we at will. Sonnet to Italy by Felicia Hemans. For we, and so near nature's bounteous hand, luxuriant spreads around the blooming stores. Profusion laughs to all the glowing land, and softest breezes from the myrtle shores. And though for we unclouded suns diffuse the gentle radiance over the blushing plains, among the fragrant groves the sportive muse delights to pour her wild, enchanted strains. For airs that breathe of paradise are wine, sweet as the Indian or Arabian gales, where fruitful olive and the purling wine, and rich fairly the Alpine vales. Yet far from we inspiring freedom flies to Albion's coast and ever the varying skies. The Bended Bow by Felicia Hemans. There was heard the sound of a coming foe, was sent through Britain the bended bow. The voice was poured on the free winds far, splendorous up at the sign of war. Heard ye not the battle horn? Reaper, leave the golden corn, leave it for the birds of heaven, swords must flash, and spears be riven. Leaveth for winds to shed, arm, a Britain's turf grow red, and reaper armed like a freeman's son, the bended bow and the voice passed on. Hunter, leave the mountain chase, take the falchion from its place, let the wolf go free today, leave him for a nobler prey. Ere the deer and gale sweep by, arm thee, Britain's foes are nigh. The hunter armed, and the chase was done, and the bended bow and the voice passed on. Chieftain, quiet the joyous feast, stay not till the song have ceased. Though the meat be foaming bright, the fire gives ruddy light, leave the hearth and leave the hall, arm thee, Britain's foes must fall. And the chieftain armed, and the horn was blown, and the bended bow and the voice passed on. Prince, the father's deeds are told, and the bow and in the hold, where the Goffard's lay is sung, where the minstrel's harp is strung. Foes are on thy native sea, give our bards a tale of me. And the prince came armed like a leader's son, and the bended bow and the voice passed on. Mother, say woe not of thy boy, he must learn the battle's joy. Sister, bring the sword and spear, give her brother words of cheer. Maiden, bid the lover part, Britain calls for strong in heart. And the bended bow and the voice passed on, and the bards made song for battle won. The birds release, by Felicia Hemans. Go forth, for she is gone. The golden light of wavery hair, she is gone to the fields of viewless air. She hath left her dwelling lone. A voice hath passed away like a summer breeze, when it leaves the hills for the far blue sea, where we may not trace its way. Go forth and like her be free. With the radiant wing and the glancing eye, was all the range of a sunny sky. What is her grief to we? Is it aught even to her we mourn? Doth she look on the tears by her kindred shed? Doth she rest the flowers of her gentle head, or float in the light wind borne? We know not, but she is gone. A step from the dance, a voice from the song, a smile of the eye from the festal throng. She hath left the dwelling lone. And the waves at sunset shine, we may hear the voice amidst thousands more. The scanted woods for glowing shore, and we shall not know it is wine. Even so with the loved one flown, her smile in the starlight may wander by, a breath may be near in the wind's low sigh around us, but all unknown. Go forth, we have loosed thy chain, we may deck thy cage with richest flowers, it shall bright day rears in our eastern bowers. But thou wilt not be lured again. Even thus may the summer pour all fragrant things on the land's green breast, and the glorious earth like a bride be dressed, but it wins back no more. The Birds of Passage, by Felicia Hemans. Birds, choice birds of wandering wind, whence is it ye come with the flowers of spring? Ye come from the shores of a green old Nile, from the land of the roses of Sharon smile, from the palms that wave through the Indian sky, from the murderers of glowing Araby. Where stood those cities in song renowned, silent alive of the desert droned. Ye have crossed proud rivers, whose tide hath rolled, all dark with warrior blood of old. Each one wing hath reigned its home on the passion's roof tree or monarch's dome. What have ye found in the monarch's dome, since last ye traversed the blue sea's foam? I found a change, we have found a pole, the gloom overshadowing the banquet hall. The mark on the floor is of life drop split, and all looks the same, save the nest we built. O joyous birds, it hath still been so, through the halls of kings do the tempest go, and the huts of the hamlet lie still and deep, hills so quiet we shall keep. Say, what have ye found in the passion's court, since last ye parted from that sweet spot? A change we have found there, and many a change, faces and footsteps and all things strange. Gone are the heads of silver hair, and the young will have a brow of care. The place is hushed and the children played, nor looks the same save the nest we made. Sad is your tale of beautiful earth, birds that are sweeped in power and mirth. Yet for the wastes of trackless air ye have a guide, and shall we despair? Ye over desert and deep have passed, so may we reach our bright home at last. The Captive Night, by Felicia Hemans. A prisoned thrush may have broke the cage, the captive eagle dies for rage. Lady of the Lake. 'Twas the trumpet's pealing sound, when night looked down from the Paynim's tower, and a Christian host in its pride and power the pass beneath them wound. She's the wild clarion, clarion wild and shrill, she's, and may your captive's voice be still. Mute was the trumpet's note, and the sea my brithens' lances gleam, the pennons wave by the mountain stream, and the plums to the glad wind float. She's the wild clarion, clarion wild and shrill, she's, let me hear the captive's voice be still. I am here with my heavy chain, and I look on a torrent sweeping by, an eagle rushing to the sky, and a host to its battle plain. She's the wild clarion, clarion wild and shrill, she's, let me hear the captive's voice be still. Must I pine in my fetters here, if the wild waves foam on the free bird's flight, and the torn spears glancing on my sight, and the trumpet in mine ear? She's the wild clarion, clarion wild and shrill, she's, Let me the captive's voice be still. They are gone, they have all passed by, they in whose wars I have borne my part, they that I've loved with brother's heart, they have left me here to die. Sound again, clarion, clarion, pour the blast, sound, for the captive's dream of hope is past. The child's last sleep, Felicia Hemans, who sleeps but when wilt awake that child. The fawn awakes in the forest wild, the lark-swing moans in the breeze of morn, the first rich breath of a rose is born. Lovely thou sleepest, yet something lies too deep, and still in thy soft-sealed eyes, mournful, oh sweet is the rest to see, and wilt be over rising be. Not when the fawn wakes, not when the lark on a crimson cloud of the morn clouds dark, grief of vain passionate tears have wet the hair, shedding gleams of the pale brow yet. Love of sad kisses unveiled have pressed the meek dropped eyelids and quiet breast. Of a glad spring calling on the burdened bee, should colour all blossoms the child but we. What gone from us, bright one, that who shouldst die, and life be left to the butterfly. What gone is the dewdrop is sweat from a bough of a world where our home is now. How may we love but in doubt and fear? How may we anchor our fond hearts here? Or should he enjoy but tremble be beautiful dust, look on me? The Conqueror sleep, by Felicia Hemans. Sleep midst the banners furled, as for heart there upon the buckler lying. The soft wind unfurled around thee sighing, a chief of hosts, whose trumpet shakes the world. Sleep for the babe sleeps on his mother's breast, or strong as night, for woe too art at rest. Stillness hath smoothed her brow, and now might love keep timid vigils be we. Now might the foe with stealthy foot draw nigh thee, alike unconscious and defenceless woe. Treat lightly watches, now the field is won, break not the rest of nature's very sun. Chance and lovely dream, back from stormy flight thy soul is bearing into the green places of a boyish daring, and all the windings of a native stream. Why whisper joy upon the tended plain? Dream on, the Conqueror be a child again. But thou wilt wake at morn, with strong passions to conflict leaping, where dark troubled thoughts all earth sweeping. So wilt thou rise, O thou woman born, and put thy terrors on, till none may dare look upon thee, the tired one, slumbering where. Wise of the passion sleeps, when it is wine, men must kneel before thee, and for his birthright vainly still implore thee. Shalt thou be stayed, because thy brother weeps? Wake and forget that midst the dreaming world, thou hast lain thus, afore the banners furled. Forget that even thou hast feeble shivered when the wind passed over thee, and sunk to rest upon the earth which bore thee, and felt the night dew chill the fevered brow. Wake for the trumpet with the spear press on, and shall the dust take home its mortal son. The distant ship, Felicia Hemans. The seabird's wing o'er ocean's breast shoots like a glancing star, where the red radiance of the west spreads kindling fast and far. And yet with splendor wins we not. Thy still and thoughtful eye dwells but on one dark distant spot of all the main and sky. Look round we of slumbering deep, a solemn glory broods. A fire hath touched the beacon steep and all the golden woods. A thousand gorgeous clouds on high burn with the amber light. What spell from which page and try trains down the gazing sight? A softening thought of human cares, a feeling linked to earth. Is not yon speck a bark which bears the laughter of many a half? Or do not hope and grief and fear crowd the frail world, even now manhood's prayer and woman's tear follow winter's prow? Bright are the floating clouds above, the green seas below, but we are bound by cords of love to kindred weal and woe. And for midst this wide array of glorious things and fair, for solace on that bark's long way for human hearts somewhere. The farewell to the dead, by Felicia Hemans. Come near, ere yet the dusts the bright paleness of a settled brow. Look on your brother and embrace him now, in still and solemn trust. Come near, once more let kindred lips be pressed on his cold cheek, and bear him to his rest. Look yet on his young face, what shall the beauty from amongst us gone leave of its image, even where most to shun, gladding its half-an race? Dim grows the semblance on man's heart impressed. Come near, and be the beautiful to rest. You weep, and it is well, for tears befit earth's partings. Yesterday's song was upon the lips of his pale clay, and sunshine seemed to dwell, ere he moved the welcome and the blest. Now gaze, and be the silent and the rest. Look yet on him whose eye meets yours no more in sadness or in mirth. Was he not fair midst the sons of earth, the beings born to die? But not where death's power may love be blessed. Come near, and bear ye the beloved to rest. How many the mother's heart dwell on the son, and dare to hope again? Spring's rich promise hath been given in vain, the lovely must depart. Is he not gone, our brightest, our best? Come near and bear the early call to rest. Look on him, is he laid to slumber for the harvest of a chase, to still and set the smile upon his face, ere that even that must fade, if holds not long unchanged his fairiest guest. Come near and be the mortal to his rest. His voice of mirth hath chased amidst the vineyards, where's left no place for him who thus receives your vain embrace at the gay bridal feast. Earth must take earth to moulder on her breast. Come near, weep o'er him, bear him to his rest. Yet mourn ye not as way a spirit's light is quenched. For him the past is sealed. He may not fall, he may not cast his birthright's hope away. All is not here for beloved and blessed. Leave ye the sleeper with his God to rest. The graves of a household by Felicia Hemans. They grew in beauty side by side, they filled one home with glee. Graves are served far and wide by mount and stream and sea. A same fond mother bent at night o'er each fair sleeping brow. She had each folded flower in sight, where was dreamers know. One midst the forest of the west, where dark stream is laid, the Indian knows his place of rest, farm the cedar shade. The sea, the blue lone sea, hath won, here lies the pearls lie deep. He was the loved of all, yet none whose low bed may weep. One sleeps where sovereign winds at rest, above a noble slain. He wrapped his colours around his breast, on the blood-red field of Spain. And one o'er her the myrtle showers its leaves, with soft winds fanned, she faded midst the Italian flowers, the last of a bright band. And parted thus by rest, or played beneath the same green tree, whose voices mingled as they prayed around one parent knee. Wayward with smiles lit up the hall, and shed with song the half, alas for love, if all would all, and naught beyond or earth. The Homes of England by Felicia Hemans. The stately homes of England, how beautiful they stand, midst the tall and castle trees to all the pleasant land. Dear across the greensward bound, for shade and sunny gleam, and with swan glides past them with the sound of some rejoicing stream. The merry homes of England, around their hearths by night, what gladsome looks of household love meet in ruddy light. A woman's voice flows forth in song, her childhood's tale is told, or lips move tunefully along the glorious page of old. The cottage homes of England, by thousands on her plains, they are smiling over Silvy Brook, and around the hamlet fence. For glowing orchard forth they peep, each from its knocks of leaves, and fearless wear the lowly sleep as the bird beneath their eaves. The free fair homes of England, long in hut and hall, the hearts of native proof be reared, to guard each hollowed wall. And green forever be the groves, and bright the flowery sod, where first a child's glad spirit loves its country and its God. The Hour of Prayer by Felicia Hemans. Child, amidst the flowers at play, the red light fades away. Mother, with thine earnest eye, ever following silently. Father, by the breeze of eve, called the harvest work to leave. Prayer, yet the dark hours be, lift the heart and bend the knee. Traveller in the stranger's land, far from thine own household band. Mourner, haunted by the tone of a voice from this world gone. Captive in whose narrow cell, sunshine hath not leave to dwell. Sailor on the darkening sea, lift the heart and bend the knee. Warrior, that from battle won, breathest no at set of sun. Woman, o'er the lowly slain, weeping on his burial plain. Yet that triumph, yet that sigh, kindled by one holy tie. Heaven's first star, like ye see, lift the heart and bend the knee. The lilies of the field, by Felicia Hemans. Flowers, in the Saviour's calm benignant eye, fell your gentle beauty, and from you that heavenly lesson for all hearts he drew, eternal, universal as the sky. Then in the bosom of your purity, a voice he said as in a temple shrine, that life's quick travellers ne'er might pass you by, unwarned of its sweet oracle divine. And though too oft its low and celestial sound, by the harsh notes of work-day cares drowned, and the loud steps of vain, unlistening haste, yet the great ocean hath no tone of power, mighty reach the soul and thought's hushed hour, when yours, meek lilies, chosen was and graced. The Messenger Bird by Felicia Hemans. What come from the spirit's land, the bird? What come from the spirit's land? Through the dark pine grove let the voice be heard, and tell of a shadowy band. We know that the boughs are green and fair, and the light of its summer shore. And we know that the friends we have lost are where, and we weep no more. And we know we have quenched the fever's thirst, from the fountain of youth I know, for where must the stream in its freshness burst, which none may find below. and we know that we will not be lured to earth from the land of deathless flowers, with a feast of a dance of a song of mirth, with our hearts were once of ours. Always sat with us by the night fire's blaze, and bent with us the bow, and heard of tales of our fathers' days, which were told to others know. But tell us, for bird of a solemn strain, can those who have loved forget? We call and we answer not again, do we laugh us yet? Doth the warrior think of his brother where, the father of his child, and the chief of those that were wont to share his wanderings through the wild? We call them far through the silent night, and we speak not from cave or hill. We know, O bird, their land is bright, but say, do we love her still? The Nightingale, by Felicia Hemans. And twilight's grey and pensive hour brings the low breeze and shuts the flower, bids the solitary star shine and pale beauty from afar. Then gathering shades the landscape wail, and passions seek the village dale, and mists from river wave arise, and new and heavy blossom lies. When evening's primrose opes to shed soft fragrance around the grassy bed, when glow warms in woodwalk light the lamp to cheer the traveller's sight, at that calm hour, so still, so pale, awakes the lonely nightingale, and from a hermit hush of shade fills with her voice the forest glade. And sweeter far that melting voice than all which through day rejoice, and still shall bard and wanderer laugh the twilight music of a grove. Father in heaven, a was one day, with all its cares have passed away, and silent hours of peace on earth, and hush the louder strains of mirth. Thus may sweet songs of praise and prayer to be my spirit's offering bring, yon star, my signal, set on high, for whisper hymns of pity. So may the mercy and thy power protect me through the midnight hour, and by me sleep and visions blessed smile on my servant's bed of rest. The northern spring, by Felicia Hemans. And a soft breath of spring goes forth far over mountains of the north, or soon those wastes of dazzling snow with life and bloom and beauty glow, and bursts the verge of the plains, and break the streams from icy chains, and the glad reindeer seeks no more amidst deep snows his mossy store, where the dark pine woods' boughs are seen, arrayed in tints of living green, and roses in their brightest dyes by Lapland's founts and streams arise. Thus in a moment from the gloom and the cold fetters of a tomb, thus shall the blessed Redeemer's voice call forth his servants to rejoice. For he, whose word is truth, hath said, his power to live shall wake the dead, and son those he loves on high to put on immortality. When all its transient sufferings o'er, on wings of light, the soul shall soar, exulting to that blessed abode, where tears of sorrow never flowed. The Ocean, by Felicia Hemans. He that in venturous barks hath been a wanderer on the deep, can tell of many an awful scene where storms forever sweep. For many a fair, majestic sight hath met his wandering eye, beneath a streaming northern light or blaze of Indian sky. Go, ask him for whirlpool's roar, whose echoing thunder peals, loud as if rushed along the shore an army's chariot wheels. Of icebergs floating o'er the main, or fixed upon the coast, like glittering still or fain at the bright realms of frost. Of coral rocks and waves below, and steep escant that tower, and fraught with peril daily grow, formed by an insect's power. Of sea fires which at dead of night shine over tides afar, and make the expanse of ocean bright as heaven with many a star. God, my name, where will my praise would the deep go down, and trace the wonders of the ways where rocks and billows frown. If glorious be what awful deep human power can bind, but when outward who bids it keep within its bounds confined. Let heaven and earth in praise unite, eternal praise to we, whose word can rouse the tempest might, or still a raging sea. The Rainbow, by Felicia Hemans. Soft falls the mild, reviving shower from April's changeful skies, and raindrops bend each trembling flower, they tinge with richer dyes. Soon shall their genial influence call 1,000 buds today, which, waiting but their balmy fall, in hidden beauty lay. E'en now full many a blossom spell the fragrance fills the shade, and verdure clothes each grassy dell in brighter tints arrayed. Mark what arc of varied hue from heaven to earth is bowed. Haste to it vanish, haste to view the rainbow in the cloud. How bright its glory, but behold the emerald's verdant race, topaz blends its hue of gold with deep ruby's blaze. Yet not alone to charm thy sight was given the vision fair. Gaze on that arc of coloured light, and read God's mercy where. It tells us that the mighty deep, fast with infernal chained, o'er heaven's domains should sweep, awful and unrestrained. It tells that season, heat and cold, fixed by his sovereign will, shall in their course between behold seed time and harvest still. That still the flower shall deck the field, and vernon's fires blow, that still the vine its fruit will yield, when autumn sunbeams glow. Then, child of the fair earth, that yet smiles of each charm endowed, bless for his name, whose mercy set the rainbow in the cloud. The rivers by Felicia Hemans. Go trace the unnumbered streams o'er earth, and wind their devious course, and draw from elfin heights the birth, deep vale or cavern source. Same where majestic cities glide, proud scenes of men's renown. Some lead the solitary tide, the pathless forest thrown. Some calmly roll in golden sands, where Afric's deserts lie, or spread to cloud rejoicing lands with rich fertility. These bear the park, whose stately sail exciting seems to swell, and these, scarce rippled by a gale, sleep in the lonely dell. Yet on alike, or swift or slow, the rise waves may sweep, through cities of shades they flow to the same boundless deep. Or whatsoever our path of life, through sunshine or through gloom, through scenes of quiet or of strife, its end is still the tomb. The chief whose mighty deeds we hail, the monarch throned on high, a pageant in his native vale, all journey on to die. But if thy guardian care, my God, the pilgrim's course attend, I will not fear the dark abode which my footsteps bend. Whence when all redeeming Son, who died the world to save, in light and triumph rose and won the victory from the grave. The Silver Locks by Felicia Hemans. For youth may boast the curls that flow in sunny waves of auburn glow, as graceful on the hoary bed, as time the robe of honour spread, and whereout softly, softly shed his wreath of snow. As frostwork on the trees displayed, and weeping floral leaves the shade, in woven flora charms the sight. E'en so the locks of purest white, as of wife and age frostwork bright, use the vernal rose decayed. To grace the nymph whose tresses play alight on the sportive breeze of May, that other bards the garland twine, the sweets of every hue combine, those locks of word that silvery shine in the white Malay. Less white the summer clouds sublime, less white the winter's fringing rime, low blind as a lover seem, a poet's blessed immortal theme, and a wine which with the moonlight beam of reverent time. Long may the graceful honor smile, like moss on some declining pile, or much of word may filial care around thee duties long repair, thy joys of tender bliss to share, thy pains beguile. Long, long ye snowy ringlets wave, long, long your much-loved beauty save. May bliss your latest evening crown this armless winter off its throne, and soft your hoary hairs go down in gladness to the grave. And as the parting beams of day on mountain snows reflect at play, and tints of roseate lustre shed, thus on the snow that grows overhead may joy of evening planet shed its mildest ray. The Spells of Home by Felicia Hemans. By the soft green light and woody glade, on the banks of moss of thy childhood played, by the house or tree for which one eye first looked and laughed of a summer sky, by the dew gleam, by the very breath of primrose tufts in the grass beneath, when the heart has laid its spell, holy and precious, or guarded well. By the sleepy ripple of a stream, which hath lulled me into many a dream, by the shiver of the ivy leaves, by the wind of morn at the casement eaves, by the bee's deep murmur in the limes, by the music of self chimes, by the sound of thy native shade, stronger and dear the spell is made. By the gathering round the winter hearth, when twilight called into household mirth, by the fairy tale of a legend old, in a ring of happy faces told, by the quiet hour when hearts unite, of parting prayer and the kind good night, by the smiling eye and the loving tone, of life has the spell been thrown. And bless that gift, if hath gentle might, a guardian power and a guiding light. It hath led the freeman forth to stand in the mountain battles of his land. It hath brought a wanderer over seas to die in the hills of his own fresh breeze. Back to the gates of his father's hall, it hath led the weeping prodigal. Yes, and the heart in its pride would stray from the pure first love of its youth away. The sulling breath of the world would come over flows it brought from its childhood's home. Think thou again of the woody glade, the sound by the rustling ivy made. Think of a tree of thy father's door, and the kindly spell shall have power once more. The Stars by Felicia Hemans. No cloud obscures the summer sky, and the moon in brightness walks on high, and set in his hue every star shines like a gem of heaven afar. Child of the earth, or lift thy glance to yon bright firmament's expanse, the glories of its realm explore and gaze and wonder and adore. Thou would not speak to every scene the marvels of omnipotence, seest thou not where the Almighty's name inscribed in characters of flame? Count always lamps of quenchless light that sparkle through the shades of night. Behold them, can a mortal boast to number the celestial host? Mark well each little star, whose rays in distant splendor meet their gaze. Each the world by him sustained, who from eternity have reigned. Each, shining not for earth alone, hath suns and planets of its own, and beings whose existence springs from him, the all-powerful King of kings. Happy those glorious beings know no stain of guilt, no tear of woe, but raising still the adorning voice forever in their God rejoice. What when thou were, O child of clay, with creation's grandeur say, e'en as an insect on the breeze, e'en as a dewdrop lost in seas. Yet fearful not, the sovereign hand it spread the ocean and the land, and unrolling spheres in air, half e'en for we a father's care. Without peace, an all-seeing eye, waiting earth and air and sky, with searching glance which none may flee, is still, and mercy turned on we. The statue of the dying gladiator, by Felicia Hemans. Commanding power, whose hand with plastic art bids the roots down to grace and being start. Swelled with a waving line the polished form, and only one Promethean fire to warm. Sculptured, exalt, the triumph proudly see, the Roman slave immortalized by we. No suppliant sighs, no terror surrounding weight, but vanquished valor soars above his fate. And with fixed eyes still proud defiance lowers, and with stern look indignant grandeur towers. He sees seen death, with javelin barbed in pain, a foe but worthy of sublime disdain. Too firm, too lofty for one parting tear, a quivering pulse, a struggle or a fear. Or fire of soul, by servitude disgraced, perverted courage, energy debased, lost Rome, why slave expiring in the dust, towers far above patrician rank august. While the proud rank and satiate could survey pageants that stained with blood each festal day. O had that arm which graced the dreadful show, with many a daring feat and nervous blow, waved the keen sword and reared the patriotic shield, firm their course on glory's laureate field. Then like the marble form from age to age, his name had lived in history's brightest page, while death had but secured the victor's crown, and sealed the suffrage of deserved renown. But generous pride with spirit unsubdued, that south of honor's high-wrought sense imbued, had shone, recorded in the song of fame, a beam, as now a blemish on thy name. Yet here so well has art majestic wrought, sublime expression and a noble thought. A dying hero we behold alone, a mind's bright grandeur animates the stone. 'Tis not the freeness valiant champion bleeds, nor 'tis some warrior famed for matchless deeds. Admiring rapture kindles into flame, nature and art the palm divided claim. Nature, exulting in the spirit's power, drives victorious in the dreaded hour. Triumphs, with death and all his shadowy train, assail a mortal's constancy in vain. And art, rejoicing in the work sublime, unhurt by all the sacrilege of time, smiles of the marble, divine control, moulded to symmetry and fire of soul. The Storm, by Felicia Hemans. Furious within the tossing bark when stormy winds grew loud, and waves came rolling high and dark, and the tall mast was bowed. A man stood breathless in their dread and baffled in their skill, but one was there who rose and said to the wild sea, "Be still." And the wind sheathed, and whirled past through the gloomy sky. The troubled billows knew their lord and sank beneath his eye. Silence settled on the deep, silence on the blast, as when riders falls asleep and their spheres froze are past. Thou who didst rule the angry hour and tame the tempest mood, or send thy spirit forth in power o'er dark souls to brood. Thou who didst bow the billows' pride, the mandates to fulfill, so speak to passion's raging tide, speak and say, "Peace, be still." The stranger in Louisiana, Felicia Hemans. We saw we, O stranger, and wept. We looked for the youth of a sunny glance, whose step was with fleets and chase or dance. The light of his eye was a joy to see, the path was arrows of storm to flee. But there came a voice from a distant shore. He was called, he is found midst his tribe no more. He is not in his place and the night fires burn. That we look for him still, he will yet return. As brothers sat with dropping brow in the gloom of a shadowy suppressed bow, we roused him, we bade him no longer pine. We heard a step, but the step was wine. We saw we, O stranger, and wept. We looked for the maid of a mournful song, mournful, was sweet, she hath left us long. We told her the youth of love was gone. She went forth to seek him, she passed alone. We hear not her voice when the woods are still, with bow where it sing like a silvery rill. where joy is higher, the smile is fled, winter is white on his lonely head. He hath none by his side in the wilds we trek, we have none when we rest, yet she comes not back. We looked for an eye on the feast to shine, for a breezy step, but his step was wine. We saw we, O stranger, and wept. We looked for the chief who hath left the spear, the bow of his battles forgotten here. We looked for the hunter whose brides lament on the wind of the forest at eve is sent. We looked for the firstborn whose mother's cry sounds wild and shrill through the midnight sky. Where are they, words seeking some distant coast? Ask of them, stranger, send back the lost. Tell them we mourn by the dark blue streams, tell them our lives, but of them our dreams. Tell how we sat in the gloom to pine, to watch for step, but the step was wine. The sun, the Felicia Hemans. The sun comes forth, each mountain height glows with a tinge of rosy light, and flowers that slumber through the night, that dewy leaves unfold. A flood of splendor bursts on high, and ocean's breast reflects a sky of crimson and of gold. Over what glorious orb of day, exulting nations hail thy ray, creation swells a choral lay to welcome thy return. And we all nature draws the hues, the beams the insects' wings suffuse, and the diamond burn. Yet must for fate in earth and heaven, by fire and tempest shall be riven, though from thy spear of radiance driven, our sun must fall at last. Another heaven, another earth, far over glory shall have birth, and all we see is past. He who gave a word of might, let there be a light, and where was light? Wait we chase the gloom of night, and bring the world to bliss. The ever bright, the ever pure, alone and changing shall endure the sun of rightness. The Sunbeam, the Felicia Hemans. Ward no linger in Monarch's hall, a joy for art and a wealth to all. A bearer of hope unto land and sea, Sunbeam would gift half a world like we. What walking the billows and the ocean smiles, was touched with glorious thousand isles, was lit of the ships, the feathered foam, and gladdened the sailor like words from home. To the solemn depths, the forest shades, what streaming on through the green arcades, with quivering leaves that have caught their glow, like fireflies glanced to the pools below. Looked in the mountains, the vapour lay, folding the heights in its dark array. Or breaks forth, and the mist became a crown and the mantle of living flame. I looked from the passion's lowly cot. Something of sadness had wrapped the spot, but a gleam of wee on its lattice fell, and it laughed into beauty at a bright spell. The earth's place a guest for art, flushing the waste like a rose's heart, and for scorns not from the pomp to shed a tender smile on the ruin's head. For talks within church aisles were way, and its pillars from twilight flash forth to day, and its high pale tombs with the trophies old, are bathed in a flood as of molten gold. And returns not from the humblest grave, flow to the sighing winds may wave, where scattered its gloom like the dreams of rest, sleeps and laugh on its grassy breast. Sunbeam of summer, what is like we? Harp of wilderness, joy of the sea. On things like we to mortal given, the faith touching all things with hues of heaven. The Thunderstorm by Felicia Hemans. Deep frail clouds o'ercast the sky, dead stillness reigns in air. There is not e'en a breeze on high the gossamer to bear. The woods are hushed, the waves at rest, the lake is dark and still, reflecting on its shadowy breast each foam of rock and hill. The lime leaf waves not in the grove, nor rose tree in the bower. The birds have ceased their songs of love, awed by the threatening hour. 'Tis noon, yet nature calm profound seems as at midnight deep. But hark, what peal of awful sound breaks on creation's sleep! The thunder bursts, and rolling might seems the firm hills to shake, and terrific splendor bright the gathering lightnings break. Yet fear not, shrink not, thou my child, though by the boast is kenned that the tall cliffs and ruins piled and the white fountains rent. Doth not the God behold thee still with words flying high? Doth not his power and nature fill around a banner on high? Now hadst for eagle pinions free to trickle realms of air, or couldst not reach a spot where he would not be with we were. And the white city's people toast, and the vast ocean's plains, with the deep woodlands and loneliest bowers, alike the Almighty's reigns. And fear not, if over the angry sky a thousand darts should cast. Why should we tremble, e'en to die, be with him at last? The treasures of the deep, the Felicia Hemans. What hidst thou in thy treasure caves and cells, the hollows sounding a mysterious main? Pale glistening pearls and rainbow-colored shells, bright things of gleam unrecked of and in vain. Keep thy riches, a melancholy sea, ask not such from we. And more the depths have more, what wealth untold, for down and shining through the stillness lies. Or ask the stale gems for burning gold, won from 10,000 royal argosies. Sweep over spoils so wild and wrathful main, earth claims not peace again. Yet more, the depths have more, where waves have rolled above the cities of a world gone by. Sand hath filled up the palaces of old, seaweed o'ergrown the halls of revelry, as o'erwhelm ocean in thy scornful play, man yields them to decay. Yet more the billows the depths have more, high hearts and brave are gathered to thy breast. We hear not now the booming waters roar, the battle thunders will break the rest. Keep the red gold and gems for stormy grave, give back the true and brave, give back the lost and lovely, those for whom the place was kept abroad and half so long. A prayer went up from midnight's breathless gloom, and the vain yearning woke its festal song. Hold fast the buried isles, my towers overthrown, all is not mine own. To thee the loved woman have gone down, dark flow white tides of manhood's noble head. A youth's bright locks and beauty's flowery crown, it must for her voice restore the dead. Earth shall reclaim her precious things from thee, restore the dead for thee. The voice of spring, by Felicia, Hemans. I come, ye have called me long, come over mountains of light and song. Ye may trace my step o'er waking earth, by winds which tell of a violet's birth, by the primrose dance and the shadowy grass, by the green leaves opening as I pass. A breath from the south and the chestnut flowers, the thousands of birds, the forest boughs, the ancient graves and the fallen fanes await the wreaths on Italian plains. But it is not for me in my hour of gloom to speak of a ruin or a tomb. I've looked over hills of the stormy north, the Ach has sung all its tassels forth. The fishers out on the sunny sea, and the rainy bones of the pastures free. The pines has a fringe of softer green, the moss looks bright where my step has been. I've sent through the wood paths a glowing sigh, and called out each voice of the deep blue sky. The night birds lay for the starry time, and the groves of the soft Hesperian clime. The swans well known by the Iceland lakes, when a dark fire branch into verdure breaks. On the streams and foams I have loosed the chain, they're sweeping on to the silvery main. They're flashing down from the mountain brows, they're flinging spray over forest boughs. They're bursting fresh from the spare caves, they have resounded with the joy of waves. The Wild Huntsman, by Felicia, Hemans. Her rest was deep at the slumberous hour, thou didst not hear the blast of the savage horn of the mountain tower, as the wild night huntsman passed, whereof a stormy chase went by through the dark and quiet sky. The stag sprung up from his mossy bed, when he caught the piercing sounds. The outpost crashed to his antler's head, as he flew from the viewless hounds. The falcon soared from a craggy height, away through the rushing night. The banner shook on its ancient hold, the pine in its desert place, as the cloud and tempest onward rolled, with the din of a trembling race. The glens were filled with laugh and shout, and the bugger ringing out. From the chieftain's hand the wine cup fell, the castle's festive board, and a sudden pause came on the swell of the harp's tranquil chord. The minne singers frilly in the hall and died fast away. The covenants chanted right for state, and the hermit dropped his beads, and a trembling ran through the forest shade at the nigh of the phantom steeds. And the church bells pealed a rocking blast, as the wild night huntsman passed. The storm swept the chase away with stillness in the sky, while the looks on the sun today with a troubled heart and eye, and the maiden's brow have a shade of care midst the gleam of her golden hair. The Rhine flows bright, but its waves along must hear voice of war, and the clash of spears through hills among, and the trumpet from afar. And the brave on the bloody turf must lie, while huntsmen have gone by. The wounded eagle, by Felicia, Hemans. Eagle, this is not thy sphere, warrior bird, what seek'st for here? Before where the fountain's brink doth a royal pinion sing, before in the violet's bed lays the wasp her dropping head. Thou would holdst to blast and scorn, thou would burst the wings of morn. Eagle, wilt thou not arise, look upon thine own bright skies, lift the glance of fiery sun, where his pride of place has won, and the mountain lark's wear, and sweet sound hath filled the air. Hast thou left the realm on high? Oh, it can be but to die. Eagle, eagle, thou hast bowed from thine empire our cloud. Woe, with heart's infernal birth, thou hast stopped to near the earth. The hunter-chef hath found we, and the toils of death have bound we. And what didst thou leave the place, creature of a kingly race? Wert the warrior of a throne, was the sky's dominion lone, chill and lone as well might be, if the mighty wing was free. Now the chain is our we cast, when the heart the blood flows fast. War for gifted souls, and high, is not such their destiny? There's an hour, pensive hour, Felicia, Hemans. There's an hour, pensive hour, an hour, but yet soothing power. It is when twilight spreads the veil and steals along the silent dale. It is when the fading blossoms close, when all is silence and repose. When memory wakes and laughs to mourn for days that never shall return. Where is the strain, the plaintive strain, the source of joy and yet of pain? It is the song whose dying measure some friend beloved has heard with pleasure, some friend on air again may hear the melting lay to memory dear. Ah, then her magic spells restore visions of blissful days no more. Where's the tear of sweet relief, a tear of rapture and of grief, a feeling a heart alone can know, with soft emotions bid it flow? It is when memory charms the mind, with tender images refined, as when her balmy spells restore departed friends and joys no more. Thoughts during sickness by Felicia Hemans. Our thought, our memory, gems forever heaping high in the illumed chambers of the mind, and thou divine imagination, keeping the lamp's lone star mid shadowy host enshrined. House one moment rent and disentwined, a fever's fiery touch, a pathway through the glorious combinations, broken all, as sand pillars by the desert's wind scatter to whirling dust. How soon uncrowned will make your parting swift, your strange return, subdue the soul to lowliness profound, guiding its chastened vision to discern, where meek faith heaven's portals must be passed, that can hold your gifts inalienable fast. To butterfly resting upon a skull by Felicia Hemans. Creature of air and light, emblem of wit which cannot die, it will not speed the flight to chase the southwind through the sunny sky, or lures thee thus to stay with silence and decay, fixed on a wreck of dull mortality. Her thoughts once chambered where have gathered up the treasures and are gone. Will the dust tell us where that have burst the present house have flown? Rise, nursling of the day, the woods trace the way. Earth has no voice to make the secret known. Or seeks the vanished bird by the forsaken nest and broken shell? For hence he sings unheard, yet free and joyous midst the woods to dwell. Thou with sunshine born, take the bright wings of morn, where hope calls heavenward from your ruined cell. To a departed spirit by Felicia Hemans. From the bright stars, or from the viewless air, or from some world unreached by human thought. Spirit, sweet spirit, the home beware, and if the visions of the past be fraught, answer me, answer me. Have we not communed here of life and death? Have we not said that love, such love as ours, was not to perish as a rose's breath, to melt away like song from festal bowers? Answer me, answer me. When eyes last light was mine, the soul that shone intensely, mournfully, through gathering haze, didst thou bear the thee to the shore unknown, naught would lift in with long, earnest gaze. Hear, hear, and answer me. A voice, its low, soft, fervent, farewell tone, thrilled through the tempest of a parting strife, like a faint breeze. Oh, from the music flown, sent back one sound, if love's be quenched as life, but once, oh, answer me. In the still noontide, in the sunset hush, in the dead hour of night, when the thought grows deep, my heart's phantoms from the darkness rush, fearfully beautiful to strive with sleep. Spirit, then answer me. But the remembrance of our blended prayer, by all our tears, whose mingling made them sweet, by our last hope, victor our despair. Speak, though our souls in deathless yearnings meet. Answer me, answer me. The grave is silent, far off sky, and the deep midnight, silent all and lone. Oh, if thy buried love make no reply, what voice has earth? Hear, pity, speak mine own. Answer me, answer me. To one of the author's children by Felicia Hemans. Awakes from happy sleep to play with bounding heart, my boy, before we lies the long bright day of summer and of joy. Thou hast no heavy thought or dream to cloud thy fearless eye. Long be it thus, lest early stream should still reflect the sky. Yet ere the cares of life lie dim on the young spirit's wings, nor in the morn forget not him from whom each pure thought springs. So on the onward vale of tears, ere thy path may be, and strength of bout the evil years, he will remember we. To Resignation by Felicia Hemans. Maid of a placid smile and heavenly mien, with beaming eye, or tearful yet serene, teach me like thee in sorrow's lingering hour, to bless devotion's all-consoling power. Teach me like thee when storms around me rise, and spreading glooms obscure the azure skies, on one unclouded light to fix my view, forever brilliant and forever true. The star of faith, whose mild celestial ray, with steady lustre shall direct my way. A seraph hand shall raise my dropping head, Angel of peace, her wings around me spread, her followed spells my fainting spirit cheer. Hush the sad murmur, drive a starting tear. Thus when the helicon broods upon the tides, the winds are lulled, the mountain wave subsides. Soft rainbow hues reflected tinge the deep, and balmy sapphires on its bosom sleep. Maid of a placid smile, my troubled soul would own thy gentle reign, thy mild control, for the pale suppressed wine the saint and brow, eternal palms to thee in heaven shall blow. To thee I, Felicia Hemans, throne of expression, whence the spirit's ray pours forth soft the light of mental day, with fancy's fire, affection's melting beam, thought, genius, passion, reign and turn supreme. Many a feeling words can ne'er impart, find its own language to pervade the heart. Thy power, bright orb, what bosom hath not felt, to thrill, to rouse, to fascinate, to melt. With some spell of undefined control, of magnet influence touch the secret soul. Light of the features in the morn of youth, the glances nature and the language truth. Another world of all corrupting sway, hath taught e'en to flatter and betray. Ingenious heart forbids thee to reveal, or speak one thought with interest would conceal. While yet forseems the cloudless mirror, given but to reflect the purity of heaven. O then how lovely, where unveiled to trace, the unsullied brightness of each mental grace. When genius lends thee all his living light, where the full beams of intellect unite, then love illumes thee with his varying ray, the trembling hope and tearful rapture play. Or pity's melting cloud the beam subdues, tempering its lustre with a veil of dews. Still does thy power, whose all-commanding spell, can pierce the mazes of the soul so well, with some new feeling to existence start, from its deep slumbers in the inmost heart. And oh, when thought, in ecstasy sublime, with so triumphant over bounds of time, fires the keen glance of inspiration's blaze, the light of heaven, the hope of nobler days, as glorious dreams far trends far too high, flash through the mist of dim mortality. Who does not own that through the lightning beams a flame unquenchable, unearthly streams? That pure, for captive effluence of the sky, the vestal ray, the spark that cannot die. To the Head Ach, the Felicia Hemans, the turned of the lingering hour, a while of my delight to rest, hence far away, tormenting power, unwelcome guest. With thee, said visitant, prove along the melancholy day, of foe to peace from me remove that dreaded bay. Often I'd caught ideal themes, 'tis when the leaden wings are spread with seed of wild fantastic dreams my very head. And then in fancy's fiery car, the fern with the muse I'd fly, to realms beyond the morning star, the earth and sky, and long in these illusions blest, the fairy palaces I roam, a wand recalls, unwelcome guest, my vision's home. Of foe to peace, when thou art nigh, the velvet dew balm of repose, when slumbers fled, the languid eye forgets to close. And ere my midnight vigils keep, to ponder by the taper's light, nor waste in downy arms of sleep the morning bright. Does mind to rove the hill, the dale, to wander through embowing trees, a soul of freshness to inhale the mountain breeze. Then turned of the lingering hour, and while with me delight to rest, hence far away tormenting power, unwelcome guest. To the new-born by Felicia Hemans, a blessing on thy head, for child of many hopes and fears, a rainbow welcome wine of being, of mingled smiles and tears. The Father greets thee unto life, full and chastened heart, for solemn gift from God thou comest, precious as thou art. I see thee not asleep, fair boy, upon thy mother's breast, yet well I know how guarded there shall be thy rosy rest, and how a soul of love, prayer and gladness will overflow, opening all thy soft-sealed eyes, O dear one, well I know. A blessing on a gentle head, blessed for art and truth, for whom the goddess felt awaits her child and thy youth. Around thee pure and holy thought shall dwell as light and air, and steal unto thine heart, and wicked germs not folded there. Smile on thy mother, that she feels that unto her is given, and the young day spring glance the pledge of a soul to rear for heaven. Smile, and sweet peace may always sleep, joy of awakening shed, blessings and blessings evermore, fair boy, upon thy head. To Wordsworth, by Felicia Hemans. Thine is a stranger reed among the hills, the old and full of voices, by the source of some free stream, whose gliding presence fills the solitude of sound, from its course, even such as thy deep song, that seems a part of those high scenes, a fountain from the heart. Or its calm spirit fitly may be taken to the still breast, and sunny garden bowers, vernal winds each tree's loud tones awaken, and bud and bell of changes mark the hours. There let thy thoughts be with me, while the day sings with golden and serene decay. Where some hearth, where happy faces meet, the night hath hushed the woods for the birds, where, from some gentle voice, that labours sweet as antique music, linked with household words. While in pleasant murmurs woman's lip might move, and raised eye of childhood shine and laugh. And where the shadows of dark solemn youth brood silently out some lone burial ground, a verse of power where it brightly might diffuse a breath a kindling as a spring around. From its own gloom of hope and courage high, and steadfast faith's victorious constancy. True bard and holy, thou art even as one who by some secret gift of soul or eye, every spot beneath a smiling sun, sees where the springs of living waters lie. Unseen awhile I sleep, till, touched by we, bright healthful waves flow forth to each glad wanderer free. War Song of the Spanish Patriots by Felicia Hemans. You who burn with glory's flame, you love Patriots' fame, you who scorn oppressive might, rise in freedom's cause unite, Castilians rise. Hark, Iberia calls ye brave, haste, your bleeding country save, with the palm of bright renown, the unfading laurel crown, the hero's prize. High the crimson banner wave, ours be conquest or the grave. Spirit of our noble sires, low your sons with kindred fires, unconquered glow. See them once again advance, crush the pride of hostile France. See the hearts of ardor warm, see them with triumphant arm repel the foe. Back on Salvo's deathless fame, where the chiefs of former time, by the valiant deeds sublime of ancient days, brave Castilians grasp a spear, gallant Andalusians here, glory calls you to the plain, future bards and lofty strain shall sing your praise. Shades of mighty warriors dead, ye who nobly fought and bled, ye whose valor could withstand the savage invading band, untaught to yield bade victorious Charlemagne on the patriot arms of Spain, ye in later times renowned, ye who fell with laurels crowned on Pavia's field. Teach our hearts like yours to burn, lawless power like you to spurn. Teach us what like you to wield freedom's lance and freedom's shield with daring might. Tyrants in the reign is our, who should waste mankind no more. Boast no more with thousands slain, generous on Vernego's plain. Love a sun that gilds by day, soon will veil its parting ray in endless night.